Once upon a time, she'd begin, my mother was a hopeless romantic. Countless stacks of romance novels filled her bookcase. She loved to read to my sisters and I, and they lived happily ever after, she would conclude. What those stories never mentioned were the games played and the lies told, and the real villains that should have been exposed. I was sexually molested as a preschooler. They took hold of my innocent hand. Come, let's play a game. And on that day, I thought love meant being a plaything, like a pet. Being a girl meant that I was a quest, like a fox in a lurid hunt for my hide. What I learned was the chase was never ending. When I did surrender my virtue, it wasn't beautiful. I felt robbed. There was nothing like the love stories I had heard. Each relationship began with hope, but I was producing a bad track record of failed relationships, divorce, sexual trauma, bitter betrayals. As I entered into my mid-40s, I felt time was slipping away along with the youthful goddess I once was. I was tired of the games, and I began to feel jaded. The concept of true love once pulsed passionately inside, but now it began to course through my veins like molten magma, leaving destruction in its wake. Even my once romantic mother's sweet words became soured over time and taunted my subconscious. All the good ones are gone. Face it, we are meant to be alone. No, I'm not buying that. I'm attractive enough, I'm successful enough, I'm smart enough, and I am worthy of lasting love. I poured myself into my job for escapism and professed to my friends that I was done. No more wasting my time on dating sites, no more looking for romance, no more hookups or friendly introductions. Just no, I'm done. Mr. Wonderful, he's gonna have to knock on my door. It was June when I received a call to meet with the contractor to fix the deficiencies in my newly constructed house. I stepped into my home to chaos of workers everywhere. The buzzing of saws, the pounding of hammers. It was just too much. So I grabbed a beer and I hid in my backyard. At the end of the day, one of the projects could not be completed, and I was asked if someone could come by early Saturday to finish up. Exhausted and agitated from 80-hour work weeks, I just waved in jest. Aye, whatever. Saturday morning, I took my dog out for a run, came inside, and put spa music on the stereo. Then I took a hot shower, got dressed, and heard banging on my doorstep. Who dare violate my sacred morning zen? And I strode angrily to answer the front door. And there stood a tradesman with all his tools and tarps. And there I stood, my damp hair piled on my head, no makeup, wearing a tanky top and yoga pants. I totally forgot about the arrangement, and sheepishly, I let him in. I was short on patience, but weirdly, this voice inside my head said, Angel, be nice. He doesn't deserve your BS. Civil small talk was exchanged. I kept busy until he randomly dropped on me that his ex was getting remarried. How does that happen? How does a 17-year marriage lead to this? His voice reflected hurt. I stopped making my lunch while thinking, whoa, I wasn't planning to play therapist today, but I genuinely empathized with his pain. I sat on my staircase as he continued doing repairs. We talked and found ourselves facing our darkened hearts, letting down our walls, and discovering we both had read the 5 love languages. In a moment of vulnerability, tears welled in my eyes. Oh, shit, I'm sorry, I'm having a chick moment. And I jumped up quickly to escape my awkwardness, and he intercepted me and said, I get you. I feel like I am dying too inside. In the moment, 2 broken hearts pieced their shards together to discover the beauty in each other's soul, like a kaleidoscope to allow love's light in. 5 years later, through this cosmic intervention, we are living and loving happily together in a game for keeps. What is love? Love is kindness and patience, forgiveness and empathy, open communication and vulnerability. True love is being authentic, loving unconditionally, starting with yourself and marrying back to another kindred heart.